Staci Mannella, a veterinary science student here at MCST, is now on her way to Sochi, Russia, to compete in the Paralympics for alpine skiing. A fearless skier despite her visual impairment, a condition called achromatopsia, which limits her visual acuity to 3 feet, she began skiing at age 4. She competed in her first race as a 5th grader and joined the Adaptive Sports Foundation race team shortly after. She is now the youngest member of the U.S. Paralympics alpine ski team at age 17, and recently competed in her first World Cup races in New Zealand and Australia, taking gold in her very first race. Her successes are due to strenuous training throughout the year with her guide, Kim Sievers, and with the best adaptive coaches. She also trains for competition by riding horses. Supported by her friends, family, and community, she's embarking on an unforgettable Olympic journey, hopefully on the way to more golds to bring home.
So, what inspired you to begin your career as a skier?
Well, I actually started skiing when I was 4, so my parents, I guess my ski racing career, I kind of got focused on Sochi when I was 11 and just started racing. I was like, I'm going to make the Paralympic team.
So what is satisfying about your sport?
I think for anyone with a disability, skiing is kind of like a freedom and something that we don't, like, I always have to rely on someone even when I'm skiing, but it's kind of nice to be able to do something by myself and kind of get far and be productive with it. So, not that I'm not productive in life in general, but it's always been something that I kind of like fall back onto. So I don't know, I love it.
So who is a hero in your life and why?
Alright, well, my biggest inspiration is, obviously my mom. You guys should all vote for her because I nominated her for an inspiration award. And she's been behind me my whole life. But as far as like a role model in my sport, my teammate Danielle Umstead, she's one of the 3 visually impaired skiers skiing for the U.S. for the Paralympics. And she's kind of always been there, and she's always got my back no matter where we end up on the podium. And I've actually beaten her a couple times, and it's sort of like we have a good support group as the VIs. Like, it doesn't really matter where we end up because we always have each other's backs, and it's kind of a good relationship.
Okay, so on your Facebook page, you have several posts about the O.C. Tanner Award and how you nominated your mom as someone who inspired you the most. So how has she supported you throughout your years competing?
Well, obviously my parents have helped me out. They got me started. They have financially sponsored me. They always have my back, like, no matter where I end up. They're always at the bottom, like, do you want a sandwich? And I'm like, shut up, I'm last right now. Like, no, I do not want to eat. But they always know what's best for me, and I don't know, we have a pretty good relationship. I travel a lot, so it's good.
So how do you feel about having been selected to represent the U.S. at the Paralympics?
Obviously I'm very proud. I think it's pretty cool. I set a goal to make the Sochi team when I was 11, and I don't think many 11-year-olds say, I'm going to make the Olympics, and actually go through with it, and to make it as a 17-year-old. I'm actually like the youngest member on the team, so I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of a lot of the Olympic experiences, just being there and being able to represent your country, so I'm pretty happy with where I am.
Yeah.
I don't really have expectations, but we'll see.
So obviously your training is extremely rigorous, and yet you got accepted to Dartmouth. So how do you balance your time between training and education?
It was hard. It was really hard. Last year, I don't know how it happened. I don't know where those grades came from. I worked really hard. I have 0 social life last year, and I just had very good time management, I guess. Everything was planned out. I was doing things all the time.
So you met Kim Sievers when you were just 4 years old. So what's it like skiing while putting all your trust into the directions of your guide? Did you find it difficult to get used to when you first began training with her?
Yeah, definitely. So as a VI, one of the most important parts that will make me a successful racer is trusting my guide, because I got clocked going like 60 miles an hour last week, and it's basically, if she messes up, like, I'm going to go face first into something. And I have before, and it's kind of one of those things where you have to be like, I know she has my best interest in mind. I know that she wants to keep me safe, and if it does happen, which it does, and I do run into things, I have to just be able to get up and be able to do it again. So, yeah, in the beginning, it's a lot about building trust. It's a lot of just going out and skiing and getting miles, and it still is, but I've been skiing with Kim for like 6 years now, so we're doing pretty good.
So, who would you say is your biggest fan and why?
Oh, geez. From school?
From anywhere.
Oh, man. Alright, well, I have some pretty big fans here, like Gabby Gambino is a pretty big fan. Dylan Williams, obviously a pretty big fan. I mean, my friends are my fans. I don't know. Who else? There's some little kids who look up to me at the mountain. They're pretty cute. I don't know. A couple people.
Yeah. So, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In vet school, hopefully. Hopefully, I'll have 2 Paralympics under my belt. I'm hopefully going to do Korea and then go to vet school and be a horse vet. So, that's my plan.
So, what advice would you want to pass on to youth who are blind or visually impaired?
Well, I think for anyone, just like work hard. And I mean, my parents never put limits on what I could do as a kid, and I think that's why I ended up where I am, because I never thought there were any limits to what I could do, and so I think anything's really possible if you work for it.